I believe that there are 8 keys to a competitive edge, whether it's in business or sports or academics. There are 4 that kind of connect to sports, and the business-sports connection, I believe, are important because sports it has performance issues under pressure. There's much more pressure with, say, the 40-second play clock in football than a lot more pressure than there is in a long, drawn-out business deal. But the 8 keys to a competitive edge fundamentally are controlling the way somebody speaks of themselves, preparation for competition, rapid recovery if things don't go so well, how do they get back, and finding your own peak performance zone. Why is that important? What it's like when you perform at your best. I have a great example for one of my hockey players. He said to me, when I'm in a goal protecting the net, he said, I know when I'm performing at my best, when I hear no crowds, the puck is the size of a dinner plate, and the game moves very slowly. He says, anytime one of those things change, I know I'm losing my focus and concentration. So with professional athletes, their issue with understanding what gets in their way, what distracts them, is what really pulls down, where do they find themselves distracted, and how does that work for them. From the business side, power communication clearly tops the list. How do you communicate more powerfully? How do you become more persuasive and influential? This becomes important for people, particularly if they're going for interviews, kind of be dealing with media people, have to deal in the academic environment or college so that they can get an edge on that. Networking strategically becomes important. Today there's a tremendous amount of networking. Strategically, I don't know if that really fits in with it. Few people really set a strategy for their networking. Persuasion, effective persuasion is another key to a competitive edge. And finally, long-range strategic planning, long and short-range strategic planning. So I believe when an individual or student can cover those things, sometimes we can do them in a day, sometimes it takes 2 days, or sometimes it's a series. But it's issues to help a student work through those issues as they go forward in school and in college to get them towards success. The other question you had about success and visualization, I believe that there's a formula. And the formula goes across the board. It's success equals imagination plus persistence. It's extraordinarily difficult for somebody to persist towards something when they don't have an objective. Stress is critically important. How do you take your stress off yourself when you go into a sporting event or into a test or an exam, or when you're approaching that exam? The exact strategy that my hockey players, my football players, my runners use, athletes use on a consistent basis can flip right over into the classroom. It also can be used for studying, to retain more information, to focus, but most of all to build a person's self-confidence that they're going to be able to handle this in a difficult period of time.